What are rare but potential serious adverse effects of Clopixol? Decreasing white blood cell count. Oh, that would make sense, wouldn't it, to people? She's got a very low white blood count. Sudden cardiac death, that's what they're hoping. I've got heart disease as well. So I've definitely got heart disease, that's a fact. Tardive dyskinesia, I think that's the involuntary eye movement, that's what it is, I believe it is. I know, I'm just trying to refresh my memory here, people with Clopixol. I was reading the cells, you know, and if you don't know this time, you'll know at some point. It's like you're giving me a depot for schizophrenia psychosis when this is not schizophrenia. Yeah, you're not supposed to take it if you've got problems with your liver. I've got problems with liver. You're not supposed to take it if you've got problems with your kidney. I've got problems with my kidney. And you're certainly not to give it to anyone with a low white blood count. Obviously not, but that would be the point, obviously. You can't give it for anyone with heart disease. I've got a heart disease, so it's not very wise, is it, really, to give someone Clopixol for schizophrenia when they don't have schizophrenia. Because this is not schizophrenia, is it? Obviously not. And I took it last night, obviously, because what's the alternative? I mean, that was last night. I've been given 200 milligrams, and I was given 200 milligrams for over a 4-week period. I was on 300 milligrams last time for 4 years. I think when I was put on it in 2019, I think I was on 400 every fortnight. I believe I was, and then, you know, I told her what I wasn't taking and reduced it down to 300. And I was on 300 milligrams every 2 weeks. You know, and I did that for 4 years. So that's 600 milligrams, you know, for like every month. You know, for no psychosis. And my thoughts were still the same, my beliefs were still the same. The only thing that changed really was the extreme torture of being on epicyclidine, the side effects with the eye movements. That's the only thing that changed. Nothing got better, it got worse. You know, coming out of hospital in 2019, it didn't get better. It helped me one bit. It made me worse. It made me suicidal. I've never been suicidal in the history of my life. The death blow makes me suicidal. I mean, you know this, people behind the scenes. How many times do you use a phone cath? I mean, phoning the chemist, you know, for Picycline, because I didn't have Picycline. In fact, one day I didn't think they was going to bring it. You know, and I'm in my room, you know, really, really panicking. Just walk around the property, you know, with me walking my face mask on, walking around from, you know, the bedroom to the kitchen to the bathroom, walking around in my house. And then phoning the pharmacy, you know, where is my Picycline? So it didn't make things better, it made things far, far, far worse. You know, and I sit here and they give me the death injection, and this is what I'm saying. I don't want to be misunderstood. I really don't, and I don't want to whinge too much either. I really don't. I took it last night for obvious reasons, because what's the alternative? Because I don't think they was going to go back to the office or whatever. You know, I don't think no matter what I said, would have made a difference, and that's their job, that's their position. If they get told to do something, that's their job. So they're not going to listen to me over there, you understand your people. Who are they going to listen to? So that's why I took it last night, because the alternative is kicking off, which is stupid. It's absolutely stupid, is that? And I see you today. So, I think what to do, as the day goes on. But I'm just making this, type of known. I'm making it known, people. Everything that you're not supposed to give Clopixol for, I've got low white blood count, cancer, liver, kidney, blah blah, all these different things. Decreased sexual function, swelling of breast, dry mouth. And 25 milligrams is the test dose as well, not 200 milligrams. You do not give someone 200 milligrams as a test dose. I'm sorry, but you don't. It's 25 milligrams at least. 25 milligrams would fit into that category if you're going to have an adverse reaction. You don't give someone 200 milligrams. It's impossible that would ever happen. So that on its own, you wouldn't do. Now they know I'm not going to have an adverse, but that's not the point. Each time you administer a depot injection, you do have to do a test dose, no matter what. You can't just think, oh, well, it was okay last time. After a 2-year period, a year period, you can't think, well, it's been on it before. You do have to do a test dose. And as far as I understand, maybe I'm wrong, but I wouldn't imagine so. You don't give someone a 200 milligram test dose. It's a 25 milligram test dose at least, to see if the person is going to have an adverse effect. So that made no sense whatsoever. Clopixol is a 200 milligram solution. A long-acting injection is given every 2 to 4 weeks to control the symptoms of schizophrenia and in other psychotic illnesses. These doses range from 100 milligrams, 600 every 2. The most common dose range is from 200 milligrams to 400 every 4 weeks. Discuss your individual dose with your doctor. I'm not trying to be silly, you people. So yes, I'm not trying to be. I'm trying to be silly. I'm just trying to understand that concept of what is going on and what can I do for the best, you people. That's what I'm trying to do. What can I do for the best? Because you ain't not going to give me nothing. That ain't happening. And I ain't going home, and that's not happening as well. So I'm in a bit of a predicament here. I'm in a bit of a predicament because you're not going to just not let me say what I want. It doesn't work like that, does it? Obviously. And basically, you understand, I don't want to say, I want to say, but I know what they're doing. They've been trying to do it for a long time. It's why I'll put on Clopixol. I think I'll put on Clopixol because I had a problem, and also going to the clinic, how that's been presented. Clopixol wasn't just about having an adverse effect on my health. Because I had a low white blood count, in 2008 prior to being put on Clopixol. It was a narrative of going to the Laura Mitchell clinic. That's part of the narrative, to make it look like I'm going for HIV type of tests and things like that. That's what it is, you people. This concept of Laura Mitchell, all that type of stuff. So I'm in a bit of a predicament, and I don't know what to do for the best for me, you people. I really don't. Just a few words.